Hello everyone, and welcome to this video about The Mask, the hilarious 1994 comedy fantasy film, directed by Chuck Russell. Let's take a look at the amazing cast, their ages, and what they're like today. So, get ready to explore a world where a timid bank clerk transforms into a crazy superhero when he wears a mysterious mask, and let's start. Dorian Tyrell is a gangster who runs the Coco Bongo nightclub and plots to overthrow his boss, Nico. He steals the mask from Stanley Ipkiss and uses its power to terrorize the city. Dorian is played by Peter Green, an American actor who was born on October 8, 1965 in Montclair, New Jersey. Some of his other roles are Zed in Pulp Fiction and Redfoot in The Usual Suspects. Green was 28 years and is currently 58 years old. Lieutenant Mitch Killaway is a police officer who is assigned to investigate the crimes committed by the Mask. He is skeptical and hostile towards Stanley, whom he suspects to be the Mask. Killaway is played by Peter Riegert, an American actor who was born on April 11, 1947 in New York City, New York. Some of his other roles are Boone in Animal House and McIntyre in Local Hero. Riegert was 46 years and is currently 76 years old. Maggie is a waitress at the Coco Bongo nightclub who is friends with Tina Carlyle. She helps Tina escape from Dorian's clutches and contacts Stanley to warn him about Dorian's plan. Maggie is played by Jolie Fisher, an American actress who was born on October 29, 1967 in Burbank, California. Some of her other roles are Paige Clark in Ellen and Zoe Woodbine in Till Death. Fisher was 26 years and is currently 56 years old. Charlie Shoemaker is Stanley's co-worker and best friend at the bank. He is more outgoing and confident than Stanley and tries to help him with his love life. Charlie is played by Richard Jeni, an American comedian and actor who was born on April 14, 1957 in Brooklyn, New York. Some of his other roles are Dr. Stephen Jessup in Platypus Man and Frank in The Aristocrats. Jeni was 36 years and died on March 10, 2007 at the age of 49. Peggy Brandt is a reporter who works for the Edge City newspaper. She is an old friend of Stanley, who once helped her with a story. Peggy is played by Amy Yasbeck, an American actress who was born on September 12, 1962 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Some of her other roles are Casey Chappell Davenport in Wings and Maid Marian in Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Amy was 31 years and is currently 61 years old. Freeze is one of Dorian's henchmen who is loyal and obedient to his boss. He is a skilled gunman and driver and often accompanies Dorian on his missions. Freeze is played by Reg E. Cathey, an American actor who was born on August 18, 1958 in Huntsville, Alabama. Some of his other roles are Norman Wilson in The Wire and Freddie Hayes in House of Cards. Cathey was 35 years and died at the age of 59 in 2018. Dr. Arthur Newman is a psychiatrist who works at the Edge City Hospital. He is an expert on ancient masks and Norse mythology and explains to Stanley the origin and nature of the mask. Dr. Newman is played by Ben Stein, an American writer, lawyer, and actor who was born on November 25, 1944 in Washington, D.C. Some of his other roles are Ferris Bueller's economics teacher in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and the host of Win Ben Stein's Money. Stein was 49 years and is currently 79 years old. Lady Cop is a female police officer who works with Kellaway and Doyle. She is one of the first responders to the scene of the bank robbery, where she encounters the Mask. Lady Cop is played by Krista Buonoro, an American actress who was born on June 16, 1968 in Los Angeles, California. Some of her other roles are Lisa in The Last Boy Scout and Kelly in The Chase. Bonoro was 23 years, and is currently 53 years old. Doyle is another police officer who works with Calloway and Lady Cop. He is a loyal and dutiful partner, but also a bit naive and gullible. Doyle is played by Jim Doohan, an American actor who was born on June 2, 1959, in Boston, Massachusetts. Some of his other roles are Lucky in Stuart Little, and the voice of the Grinch in The Grinch. Doohan was 34 years, and is currently 64 years old. Tina Carlyle is a singer and the girlfriend of Dorian Tyrell, a gangster who runs the Coco Bongo nightclub. She is sent by Dorian to spy on the bank where Stanley Ipkiss works, but she falls in love with him after he shows her kindness. Tina is played by Cameron Diaz, an American actress who was born on August 30, 1972, in San Diego, California. Some of her other roles are Mary in There's Something About Mary, and Princess Fiona in Shrek. Diaz was 21 years, and is currently 51 years old. Stanley Ipkiss, The Mask, is a shy and insecure bank clerk who finds a magical wooden mask that transforms him into a green-faced madman, with the ability to animate and alter himself and his surroundings at will. Stanley, The Mask, is played by Jim Carrey, a Canadian-American actor and comedian who was born on January 17, 1962, in Newmarket, Ontario. Some of his other roles are Ace Ventura in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and Truman Burbank in The Truman Show. Carrey was 31 years, and is currently 61 years old. Mrs. Peenman is Stanley's temperamental and nosy landlady who constantly complains about his behavior and threatens to evict him. Mrs. Peenman is played by Nancy Fish, an American actress who was born on March 16, 1938, in Spokane, Washington. Some of her other roles are Nurse in Death, Becomes Her, and Mrs. Finkel in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Fish was 55 years, and is currently 85 years old. Sweet Eddie is one of Dorian's henchmen who assists him in his criminal activities and plots. Sweet Eddie is played by Dennis Forrest, a Canadian actor who was born on September 5, 1960, in Ottawa, Ontario. Some of his other roles are Cadet Lyle in Police Academy, and Dr. Curtis McCabe in Darkman. Forrest was 34 years, and died on March 18, 2002, at the age of 41. Nico is the boss of the crime syndicate that Dorian works for. He is a ruthless and violent leader who does not tolerate failure or betrayal from his subordinates. Nico is played by Orestes Matessina, a Cuban-American actor and filmmaker who was born on August 29, 1941, in Havana, Cuba. Some of his other roles are Raul in Diggstown, and Mr. Escobar in The Hot Chick. Matessina was 52 years, and is currently 82 years old. Herb is Stanley's co-worker and friend at the bank. He is a timid and nervous man who often gets bullied by their boss. Herb is played by Tim Bagley, an American actor and comedian who was born on August 17, 1957, in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Some of his other roles are Harold Crenshaw in Monk, and Richard Pratt in Grace and Frankie. Bagley was 36 years, and is currently 66 years old. Murray is a mechanic who works at the auto shop where Stanley takes his car for repairs. He is a dishonest and greedy man who charges Stanley a high price for a faulty loaner car. Murray is played by Blake Clark, an American actor and comedian who was born on February 2, 1946, in Macon, Georgia. Some of his other roles are Chet Hunter in Boy Meets World, and Slinky Dog in Toy Story 3 and 4. Clark was 47 years, and is currently 77 years old. Orlando is one of Dorian's henchmen who betrays him and joins forces with Nico. He is a muscular and intimidating man who tries to kill Dorian and take the mask for himself. Orlando is played by Nils Allen Stewart, an American actor and stuntman who was born on January 19, 1961, in Los Angeles, California. Some of his other roles are Big Raymond in Space Cowboys, and Firebird in The Scorpion King. Stewart was 32 years, and is currently 62 years old. This was the cast of The Mask. If you liked this video, click like, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.